Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This week we're going to talk about something different than the tiny house, although we do have lots of nice updates coming for you in the upcoming video. This week I want to talk about this mini truck that we picked up, and I think it's going to be a really good utility vehicle for the campground as opposed to the Polaris. Talk about some of the differences. Let's get after it. Hey, if you're new to this channel, my name is Michael Patterson. My family and I are trying to build a campground on 113 acres here in Southern Maine. So if you'd like to learn everything there is to know about trying to get a campground approved, or if you just want to follow along, click subscribe, tap the bell so that you'll be the first to know when we post another video. Okay, I decided on a Daihatsu Hijet because of the reviews that it got. It's made by Toyota. I didn't like how it didn't come with a rear bumper. I'm going to be using, this is a dump truck, so it actually has a power dump, and I was worried because it didn't have a bumper. My tail lights, my backup cut lights would get smashed, so I got online and I found rear bumpers for these things on Amazon and several other locations, and decided on Xpertacessories. The URL's up there at the top there, and they make these bumpers front and rear for lots of different manufacturers of mini trucks. And this was on the high side, but I really thought that the bumper was rugged. I was not disappointed with how the quality of the production on this. Super rugged. I could see how it was going to go together on my truck online, and I liked what I saw. So I paid the money in the shipping. And so if you decide to get a rear bumper for yours, I think this company should be on your short list. So the details on it were pretty darn good. I did run into some problems with fitment, and I want to get into that. So here's the bumper installed. You can see it looks pretty darn good. I got the shackles on there. I've already used them. Receiver, I've already used it, and not disappointed with the bumper at all, except right there. What happens is the bracket that holds this bumper to the frame does not go back far enough to get around the housing of the tail light. So what happens is you end up needing to put in bushings to install the tail light further out from the housing. It's very obvious right there, you can see. And there are other problems. So because the bumper comes out so far, it prevents the tailgate from dropping down all the way, especially when you have a receiver in it. And even if you take the receiver out, right there, the tailgate will not drop enough. So on my particular model, it would have been better if it was engineered, the bumper itself, to be further back. And you can see how the tailgate's now hitting the bumper, or at least my receiver. So I'm gonna have to make sure I take that off in order to dump in the future, but so far so good. That'll allow the tailgate to drop down a little bit so I can dump better. Here you can see another picture. Now I have the dump bed fully up right now with the ball taken out of the receiver, and that tailgate still will not drop down enough. So it doesn't cause a huge issue for me. I'm still keeping the bumper and everything, but here's another good shot of the bushing or spacer that I had to use because the connection to the frame was so tight behind the taillight housing that I had to move the taillight out from the housing in order for everything to work. I will say that I was impressed with the dumping capability of this truck. I had over a yard of bark mulch in this, and it lifted it right up. The tailgate you can see there on the right, it is not dropping down all the way, which was a bummer, again, because of the bumper, which I love and I'm keeping. But I want to point that out to you that, these cost so much to ship, you can't just ship them back because you'll end up buying the bumper all over again with shipping costs. So just be aware of that. But I do like the bumper. I want to point that out. You want to be on YouTube, Mom?
On YouTube?
Yeah. The suspension in this truck is horrible. You only have about 2 inches to work with, so they're really made for the street. Keep that in mind. it's bad. How's it feel to be driving again, Mom?
Oh, I love stick shift. I always did. My father used to accuse me of riding the clutch.
You did?
Oh, yeah.
We're spreading bark mulch today.
I used the clutch to control myself. He didn't like that.
Here's a picture of the tailgate before I put the bumper on. Loaded right up. It's probably at least a yard. You can see my leaf springs are starting to bend the other way. So it definitely can't handle anymore, and I can feel it bottoming out when we drive. Woo, it's going up. Thank goodness. It's going up, Mom. It's going up, Kobe. Kobe. All right, now stop. That's high enough. Bring it down a little and go forward about 8 feet. Yeah. Lauren, yeah, go that way, because we're gonna put too much bark mulch in one spot. So get as close to my Bobcat as you can. Yeah, sorry. A little closer. Right, and then, no, go another 2 feet. Keep going. Keep going. Okay, go back 2 feet and slam on the brakes. But hold on. Lift it up as high as you can. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, you got it. You're gonna be a dump truck operator before too long. Oh, there it all, it's all coming out now. Oh yeah. Good. Okay, when it comes to the differences between a side-by-side and a mini truck, I'll just give you a few things to think about that I've noticed right away in that I own both vehicles. Polaris, the load capacity, if you want to put gravel or something in the back, it's about a wheelbarrow full. And I've broken the sway bar once already from loading it up too much. You can't carry gravel at all in the back unless it's like a few 5-gallon buckets worth. It's not a dump truck for moving any significant amount of material, which the mini truck is. The Polaris ride, however, is way better. If you're flying through the woods, the Polaris is great. Takes the bumps, great. The mini truck, no way. It's terrible. You're going to break it. The mini truck is really a year-round vehicle because it has heat. You can go with a heat package for the Polaris, but it's really not made for the winter. It has lithium batteries, which you have to be careful with in the wintertime. So it really depends on the application that you'll be using it for. I really like having both. How much you charge per hour?
Must be what?
How much you gonna charge me per hour?
I like to do this.
My mom is 87 years old and still works like a rock star. And I just love it when she's willing to come out in the woods with me and do some work. So that's about it, guys. Wraps up the comparison and features I like about the mini truck. If you want to learn more about campground equipment, watch this next video.